in terms of feedback from that, and certainly I very rarely have a surgery that goes by that hasn't got somebody with either a school's placement or an SEN related issue. And you're absolutely right. I think that it tends to be in my community those kind of perhaps less well-resourced working class families that come to me, the kind of middle class, better educated ones can kind of go and fend for themselves. But in kind of follow-up, I suppose, there seems to be a very clear response around local authorities and their ability to communicate this and perhaps to manage that expectation. Do you think that there must be a variety across different authorities of their ability, I suppose, to match the rhetoric with the reality and to manage that with parents? Do you think there's also a parental angle? I've met my local authority about this week, and they were saying they have a real challenge where they feel that they're trying to be inclusive. So they've got a lot of examples of where they've put resources into mainstream schools, and parents want their kids to go to specialist schools. Local authorities concerned about the inclusivity and separating them from mainstream? Is that going to prevent them from getting into work into the future? Do you think that's an element?
I think it goes back to what Jean says. If you've got mainstream education properly provided for, then you will have more children, young people with an SEN going into mainstream. I mean, at the moment, autistic children are 3 times as likely as children without an SEN to be excluded from mainstream schools. And so that instantly puts a barrier up for parents. And I think one of the, in the reforms, when we spoke about local authorities publishing their local offer, I think parents were really encouraged by that. But actually what tended to happen in most local authorities, it was just a list. It was a list of what was already there. And I think there was almost like a missed opportunity for local authorities who, let's not forget, are under a lot of pressure themselves, but to actually step back and start to plan and look at the data, look at the numbers of people with SEN in their local authorities, say, actually, how do we develop a long-term plan here, rather than just producing a list, which was a pick and mix, really, for parents to go to. And I think that one of the big challenges is to get out of this reactive cycle and just pull yourself back and say, look, this is the need we've got. This is how that need is going to change over the next 10 years. How do we start to develop a provision which takes in mainstream schools, independent schools, special schools, knits them together so that we've actually got the best possible provision we have? I mean, we know through the numbers of autistic children who are excluded, who are going to tribunal, who are in special schools, that actually that plan isn't there. I mean, one of the reasons we're calling for a national education strategy is because we know that would make a difference. But actually at a local level, I think local authorities are under so much pressure, they don't have that time to step back and put that plan together. But that would make a massive difference.